Yes, Brian Elfman here. In today's video, we're going to be going over my 7 LMS Hornby coaches. Now, before I get into this, for some reason, this one, as you can see here, this one and that one are darker than the rest. I have no idea why, but they are. So let's go over them first, then we'll go on to those 5. Now, these I was planning on keeping for a while, and I've had them for about a year now. Got them with my other LMS Bachman coaches that are much nicer. I just decided it's time for these ones to go, as frankly I'm starting to run them less than I used to, and I don't like them as much. They've been giving me problems too with randomly coming off in corners, and they're just frustrating me. So it's time for them to go. Now, let's start with both of their roofs here. Let's go down to 1 because it's easier to see detail, and then 0.5. They're actually not in terrible shape. Yeah, there's some like nicks, there's some dirt. They're actually dirty when you get really close. But what I'm seeing through the camera there, I don't see with my eye as much. So that's not bad. Perfect, no, but these are older coaches, as to be expected. On this end, they still have both their buffers, on the other end they're each missing one. Now these ones are where the trucks are attached to the frame. You can see that little hole there. Some of these coaches, none of these ones I don't think, but I've had coaches where in that hole in the middle there is actually a rivet. That sucks. Like, okay, if I break a coupler, I gotta replace an entire truck. I'll show you guys these sides of them in a minute. Just show off that, yes, each is missing a buffer. Again, I got them like this. But that's not too bad. As you can see, they are in decent shape. I do like how they have the painted frames there for the windows. I like that. Of course, these are all corridor coaches. Here's the corridor. I do like how they have the interiors. You can kind of see them in there. Are they the most detailed in the world, like modern Rapido? No. But then if you look, I don't have any over here, but if you look at like a Rivarossi or a Concord, they don't have interiors. You have to get them yourself majority of the time for the older ones. So it is nice. Now let's do a quick over for side view on this guy. Again, he's the same as the other one. The other ones are actually a bit more beat up than these ones. Kind of the same underbody panel. Wait, these two are made in Great Britain. Oh! These are all made in Great Britain. I thought these were China. Oh. That means they match one of my 3 LN teaks, because one of my teaks is built in Great Britain, like these guys, and the other 2 were built in China, so that is good to know. Okay, speaking of them, I'm going to split this guy and the other one I have them off, brakes off. We'll do those, and again, separately. Pull these guys up first. Now, obviously, their roofs are very dirty. Now, when I put these up for sale, obviously I'm going to take pictures of that, make it well known, and price it accordingly. Just typically how I do it. I would try to clean them, but frankly, I don't trust myself. I mean, doing something as simple as following instructions on a decoder to make a sound louder, I meant to change the sound, which I didn't even know it had a different sound, so I don't really trust myself with that kind of thing. See, this one's missing a coupler, but because it sells the hooks here, you can just click into it. Is it as good as if it was a proper coupler? Of course not, but it still works quite nicely. The other ends, the middle coach is missing one. These are the only 2 missing any couplers on the right here. And again, the roof's not in perfect shape. However, their sides, again, they have the same detail besides being brighter red. They aren't bad. Again, you can kind of see like the damage on these ones here. I keep referencing the ones I got them with, so I'll show you guys those right here. Those guys right there. Those 4. Oh dear, now it's changing things on me. Yeah, those 4. Those are the ones I'm referencing when I say the other LMS coaches I have. Part of the reason why I'm showing them along the side here is that way there's just more, documentation of it. Again, really, like, they're very made in Great Britain. In fact, they have plastic axles, which is nice, but they have metal wheels. I personally don't like metal axles on coaches and that don't have pickups for lights because, well, you start causing shorts if you have too many of them on the track. Then we have this guy. Again, like, they're not super detailed, but compared to American stuff of the same age, or like HO stuff of the same age here, you don't get interiors typically of my 5 Riverossies, 4 of them don't have interiors. And the other one might have been added by someone else, I don't know. Because I didn't buy any of them new, obviously. I'm pretty sure they're older than me. And again, just simple underbody detailing. I do like how strong these are. I really like that about my teaks. And again, then this guy. I actually do quick passovers like this just so if someone tries to say, hey, you know, there is a crack in the frame, well, obviously it's not. And you can see it both in video and in photos. Haven't had that happen yet. Typically the Model Railroad crowd's a pretty good one on eBay and that, but it's just always that little extra thing. Now, let's go on to the brakes, as they have the other different detail. You might have noticed that, oh, I have this backwards. And again, their roofs are dirty, and they have nicks and scratches, and just like the other ones. They have some extra detailing here. I have no clue what that's supposed to reference, but mind you, I don't know what any of these little things are here. They kind of look like lights to me, but I'm not 100% sure. And again, like, they're the same ends as all the other ones. They all have basically the same ends. These corridors do not move, of course. Unlike my Bachmann ones, they have corridors that they don't connect to each other, but they get really close together, and you can put covers and that on them, which is nice. Underside, both of them, again, kind of the same. Same old, same old. Overall, if I had to give these a ranking for how well they've run for me, it's probably a 7 out of 10. Would be a 10, but at the club, one corner they like to pull off on, no matter which way you run them in. I've run them there who knows how many times, and I've only had issues a few times. But just one of those things that randomly happens. We tried figuring it out, we couldn't figure it out. But again, I want more modern coaches, and therefore I'm going to run out of space to store them all. Because, well, if my 2 shelves, I need more shelves. The 2 shelves I have down here, one of them as well. Yeah. eBay stuff, although I have freed up a few spaces on that shelf. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, everybody. In the next video, I'll kind of be talking about more eBay stuff, but it'll be more kind of like how why I do, you know, how I like it, what I found, you know, that kind of thing. Well, I packed these up just for a little bit of a different video. Although it would be a little trickier, as that will be on my side camera, so I'm going to have to try not to bump it. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys all in the next video, and well, these guys should be going up for sale, because frankly, I'm going to run out of space to keep these 7.